Welcome to our series on Sun Salutations. In this video, we're going to be practicing together. We're going to be working through 10 cycles of Sun Salutations, building so that we can do 108 Sun Salutations together. And after the Sun Salutes, we're going to be working on a bunch of different exercises to really get into the hips and to help with tight hips, do more repetitions versus longer holds, and hopefully have a really nice opening in the hips afterwards. So I hope you join me, and I hope you enjoy the practice. Also, down below, I have linked all of the videos that we've been working on the past few weeks, where I break down each pose of a Sun Salutation for you so that you can see what is happening in that pose and practice the different components of it. And so those are all linked below if you would like to take a look. Okay, so we're going to work with a strap attached to a yoga wall, and I'm going to show you a way to do it if you don't have a yoga wall so that you can use your door. So go ahead and grab a block and attach a strap to the block like this. And it doesn't have to be a block, it can be, a dowel or anything soft so it doesn't hurt your door, but firm enough so that it's sturdy. So I'll show you how to do it. So you open the door here, and you're going to place this behind your door. So strap over the door, block outside, close the door, and then you see it's a good idea to lock it in this case. And then you have a strap here. We're not going to be putting too much weight in it, so make sure that your door can handle the weight so you don't damage the door. But this is a great way to work on the poses that on the hip opening poses that we're going to be working on. But it's nice to close your eyes, take a few breaths, start releasing tension so that we don't build more tension as we practice. So close the eyes and release any tension in the eyes, the ears, the throat. And for the next few breaths, when you inhale, imagine or feel that the brain releases into itself on inhalation and then releases out on exhalation. Make sure that that release out is never an expansion or a force motion. It's just a very gentle release out of the brain into the circumference of the head. So take a few breaths like that. Release, and you feel the tension releasing from the eyes, the ears, the throat. And as you exhale, start with your hands at your center, namaste. Inhale, exhale, bring the arms out and overhead, meeting both hands up above your head, then look back up at your hands. Inhale, exhale, down to Uttanasana. Both hands on the mat, left leg back, right leg forward, left knee on the mat, and stretch through the hips here so you feel the stretch right on the groin and the hip of the left leg, and you understand that it's more of a superficial stretch near the skin of the body. So make a fist with the head of the femur and bring that stretch deeper into the joint. Bring your right leg back to plank, down to chaturanga, upward dog. Tighten the glutes, grip both glutes into one another. Downward dog. Remember the integrity in the armpit area and lift the bottom of the shoulder blades towards the hand. And then lift the sit bones to the ceiling, really getting the back of the leg. Drop the head from the middle of the back. And then here, bring the left leg forward. And that is one round. And then Uttanasana, inhale, hands up and down in the center. So if you feel a little bit dizzy when you come up from Uttanasana, exhale instead of inhale as you come up, then exhale as you come up. Okay, and here we go, 9 more. 2. And 3, remember to lift the kneecaps. So Uttanasana here, lift the kneecaps, stretch through the back of the legs and come up. And here, right leg back. And right leg forward. And 4. Five. Left leg back. Left leg forward. And 6. And 2 more. And 9. And last one, 10. So for our lunge practices, we'll start with the leg against the wall, a support underneath the knee, and we'll just hold it here and feel the quads receiving the stretch. Again, when the stretch is on the surface of the skin, make a fist with that stretch and bring it deeper, closer to the bone. You can come forward here, just being careful with the kneecap. And if you need more support under the knee, if it's too rough, just add a soft blanket that's not slippery, so a nice firm blanket underneath the knee. And slowly come out. And let's do the second side here. I'll demonstrate with a blanket underneath in case it's a little bit too rough on your knees. So here I have bigger, nice stable blanket. Show you, it's a cotton blanket. I'm gonna place that against the wall and then rest my kneecap there. It's a little more gentle on that kneecap. Okay, so we're gonna do the second side. So this you can do a few reps. So 3 sets with reps of 10 here. So come down and then go back to the wall in kind of a half virasana pose. Here we go. So do a few reps of these and get familiar with the stretch on the quad, where we feel it on the skin of the quad. Make a fist with the muscle in the quad and bring that stretch deeper into the bone. Lifting, activating the whole body with it. Okay, and when you're ready, go ahead and come out. And now I'll show you the same thing but with a chair. So if you don't have a chair, go ahead and repeat the same exercise with the blanket on the wall. It's a great exercise. With the chair, I can tie a belt around the backrest of the chair. And I pad this seat with a little mat or blanket in case I need that. And I can use the chair here. And again, feel free to pad underneath the knee if you need a little bit more cushioning for your knees. Work like this here. And you can walk the hands back here. So you can do 10 sets where you learn how to bring the stretch from the skin of the quad deeper into the bone, and then you can do a few where you really release the eyes, ears, throat, and then release the head of the femur in the groin. So there's tension in the groin, release the head of the femur, release the groin, and grow a little bit deeper into that space you've created. So see how much tension, how much gripping you have right at the head of the femur. Come into the stretch and release that grip, go deeper into that. Okay, and we're finished. Okay, come into your second side and we'll do a few more sets of these. Over here. It's nice to have a wall next to you. A rail. So a few sets of quick reps and then a few longer holds. And you can use a wheel to support your hip so that the hip remains level. And this, so I would support the wall here with a blanket. And I use the wheel to support that hip, and I'll show you with both sides. So you can turn the wheel, go deeper, and then support the wheel so both hips are level. Lift the chest, release any tensions in the eyes, the ears, and the throat. Okay, and here's what it looks like from this view. So I use the wheel here right to support the hip so that both sides of the hips are level. So here, with the tension, with the tightness, see it as an opportunity to really learn how to deal with the tightness. So how do I release the eyes, the ears, and the throat? And then how do I apply that same work to the tightness of my quads? So how can I release the tension right on the groin to create a little bit more space so that I can come down further into the space that I create? And how to bring that stretch that's on the surface of the quad deeper into the bone. I can use a chair with a nice blanket that can slide back and forth. Sometimes there's a little bit of moisture on the feet and it sticks to the chair. So any stool or soft surface that you can work with would work. So placing the leg there. I want to make sure that when I come down, that I measure my distance so that my knee doesn't come in front of my ankle here. So the knee stays stacked over the ankle. So we can work on my lunges. Here we go. All right, so we'll work on the other side with this. Just really bringing strength and flexibility in the hips. We're doing 10 sets here. Like this, block and strap behind the door, like we saw in the beginning of the video. So here, I'm gonna do the same stand that I would do for Warrior 2 or for Parsvakonasana. And I'm gonna start with my right leg forward and my left leg back. So I have a strap either around my door or attached to my wall. I put my left foot with the heel touching the wall, my right foot out. Then I turn the right foot out and the left heel is pushing against the wall. So I'm going to adjust my stance here as I come down. So I want to come down with a chair or a support here so that I make sure, I'm sorry, that goes on this way. So I want to come down with the chair here so that I make sure that my knee doesn't come forward and to the center. So there we go. So we come out, back leg is very active, lifting those kneecaps on the back leg. And then you make the thigh here parallel to the floor, okay? And keeping that power on the back leg, bring yourself back up. So do this a few times without the strap, and notice if there's any gripping here in the groin to come down, right? If there's tightness around here, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging. So we go a little bit, we don't have to go all the way down. And only come down, only bend the knee. So bend the knee and then give the hip the permission to release. So we're bending the knee, pressing the weight into the back leg, and then seeing if we can shift that tension here from tension to release. So release the groin. The same way you release the tension in your throat or in your eyes. So do that a few times, and then we're gonna work with the strap. So the strap, you're gonna hold the weight of your body a little bit so it helps. And then we'll do, 3 sets of 10. I'll do a few so you get a picture. So here you can really hold your weight onto the strap and release the tension on the groin. So allow the groin to just fold. And then bringing your weight to the back foot, making the back leg very active, come up. And you can use your arms to help you come up. So down by releasing the groin. So, therapeutic for the tension. So down and up. Okay? And once you're finished, bring both feet forward, so both feet facing forward, feet together. Take a few breaths here, and then we'll do the other side. So we start out with right foot on the wall this time, both feet facing forward. Turn the left foot out, turn the right foot in so that the heel is on the ground and the toes point forward a bit. Hold on to your belt. You can do it a few times without the belt if you like that, just to see where you're holding the tension, where it is that it's most tight. So make the back right leg very, very active. Lift the kneecaps, press the heels back onto the wall, and then give yourself permission to fold here at the hips. Without loading the knee, make sure the knee is stacking on top of your ankle and not forward of your ankle. Grab onto your strap and go ahead and drop. So just give yourself that freedom to just drop and release as much as you can at the hips. So take care of your hamstrings and make sure you don't push it too hard. Start getting to know what limitations there are in the tightnesses in the body, but feel that freedom to drop here. So developing a little flexibility, strength, and mobility in this really great dropping exercise. So strength without tension. When you're finished, turn both feet forward, bring the feet together. And then if you have a chair handy, you can use the chair to come down into Uttanasana, or you can use the wall where you stand a few feet away from the wall and then come down into wall hang, preferably with your head supported. If I have a chair, And I can show you one last thing on the chair. Okay. So you come down to the chair, putting the chest right on the seat of the chair here. And it's just practicing Salavasan, which is a back bend here. Really stretching through the heels, lifting the chest, lengthening the legs, tight glutes, both sides of the glutes, really gripping into one another. Just for a little fun inversion. And when you're finished, you can say 30 seconds to 5 minutes on a forward bend. That would be really nice. And then when you're finished, go ahead and rest in Shavasana for a few minutes. Palms up. Eyes closed. And in Shavasana, you don't have to do anything. You just watch all the work that you've done and how that integrates in your body. Release the eyes, the ears, the throat, or watch the release happening. You can do a few more breaths where you notice that when you inhale, the brain releases in on inhalation and releases out on exhalation. When you're finished, go ahead and bend the knees. And come to the right and come up if you like. I hope you enjoyed the practice. See you in the next video.